This is TriForce and I am Wisdom. You may not have heard of FatShark, but after playing Krater, they will definitely be on my list of must-watch gaming companies. And the reason is, Krater is a fun game. I really enjoy it. It's not stellar and amazing, it's really fun, but it shows a lot of potential for FatShark. Now, what Krater is, it's a top-down RPG dungeon crawler set in a post-apocalyptic future. Humanity has settled around a giant crater created by some long-forgotten and less-mentioned war or cataclysm. It's probably war, it's not really clear. This crater leads into the underside where treasures of ancient technologies can be found, and this is the driving conflict of Krater. Everyone wants a piece of the pie. They want to find their fortune, and those in control want to stay in control. It creates a really tense situation with a lot of deadly competition underlying it all, and also mutated animals. It explains why you would find competing teams of treasure hunters out there, and it's a lot of fun. You want to do better. You want to find better stuff. I like the look and the feel of Krater. It's pretty and it's quirky. It's not a brown game, which we've all had enough of. Everyone wears masks, so it makes some interesting costumes because they all dress weird. It really shows humanity just struggling to have some type of normal life, and they're just making do with what they have. This atmosphere is really what drives me to go deeper into the game, and the problem with that statement is that it's not the story driving me deeper into the game. I really don't find the story that compelling, but the mechanics and the gameplay of Krater are great. You control a squad of 3 soldiers. There are 4 classes to choose from: Bruiser, which acts like a tank; a Slayer, which is melee DPS; Regulator, which is ranged DPS, damage per second for those of you out there who don't know; and Medicus, and I'll give you 3 guesses as to what he does, and the first 2 don't count. Each soldier has 2 skills, plus a gadget each, basically allowing you to manage 9 different skills at one time, but they're coming from different sources, so you need to figure out the positioning of your soldiers, where they are, who's taking damage, who's dealing damage, and who to keep alive. Large battles can get really frantic, and they're a lot of fun. To add depth to your characters and their skills, you can upgrade each soldier and skill a ridiculous amount in different ways, specifying exactly what you want that soldier to do. You can find these boosters and implants, or craft them, and Krater gives you a ton of crafting items, so you might as well take advantage of how easy the crafting system is and make all of your boosters and implants. I still haven't found any weapon blueprints, so I have had to rely on what gets dropped in-game, which isn't that bad, because a lot of the weapons are really good, and they have great names, really funny, but I still would like to be able to make my own and name my own weapons for my soldiers. FatShark really likes to reference nerd culture a lot, and that's another thing that makes the game fun. I've seen Star Wars references, League of Legends references, and Clutch, the band references in the game, and it increases the quirkiness for me, and I really like that. It has a lot of personality. This game is fun, but a weak story is holding it back, as well as a fair number of bugs. As of right now, when I am speaking, multiplayer is still not available. There are still some graphical bugs, and for some reason, 2 of my soldiers won't level up. It's making things kind of difficult for me. Another thing is that I don't really like the lack of variety in the skills. You can find unique characters with different skills, but most of the soldiers within a class have all the same 2 skills. It gets a little stale after a while. Krater is still a great game for the price paid. The music and sound effects are good, the gameplay is fun, and the atmosphere, like I've said, is great. With bugs and all, I give Krater a solid 2 TriForces.